Alright, so I wanted to do a video looking at a post from r slash call centers from 4 years ago where a person typed this question: is working at a call center that hard and stressful? Because I only hear I hear only bad opinions, and I'm looking for my first job, and I don't have many opportunities besides fast food or call center. I'm a little introverted and easily overwhelmed, but I can adapt. And in a few weeks, I think I should try a call center job. I don't know what to do, and from the outside, it seems very stressful. Well, I'll tell you a story. All right, so I had a day where I was just burnt out, done, and I didn't really have it in me. That day I didn't have it in me to go any further, so I took my break and I just went down to the beach and sat for hours. Even fell asleep thinking about my life, and but it's not too stressful though. It's not. Let me look at some of the comments here. So I had a miserable time, and my call center wasn't even that big on metrics. I think it was a mist of getting cussed out all day and having to be 100% focused and on my game all day that made me so anxious and depressed. Okay. Uh, People that work in offices and don't have time to micromanage, don't have their time micro. Okay. Yes, it's very stressful. I've worked at two different call centers for a total of 4 years, and let me tell you, it will cause an extreme mental toll on you if you're not careful. My advice: if you plan to get into a call center job, be ready for absolutely terrible management, and some jobs will also micromanage you to a T. Don't go into a call center job thinking it's your long-term job unless you plan on advancing into a higher position off the phones. Don't get into a call center job and rely on it. I made this mistake. For example, my current call center pays significantly well, but I can't afford to move to another call center or different job due to an inevitable pay cut that could greatly harm my current living situation. I am effectively trapped in this job for a few years. Always keep yourself in a position where you can get a new job with ease if this one does not work. This one does not work. And don't trap yourself in a position like I did. Short answer, yes. Long answer, it depends on who you work for and your personality. If you're good at compartmentalizing things and can separate work from your personal feelings, then you're good to go. You will have to deal with being abused. You will be yelled at, and that's just the nature of the beast. Also, metrics, they are attainable, but they always seem to be something you can work on or do better. They'll call it constructive criticism. You will likely be micromanaged. Not trying to put you off, really. uh, this is just a reality. For me, at least, you can make sure that every call is 100% perfect, but you'll never know what you'll be pulled up for, you know, in marking. All right, so this one is really true. So, all right, you will have these sessions that are effectively training. They call it training sessions that they will put you in with the person who's supervising you, or compliance, which is another part of the thing that you have to worry about, or the people who handle the surveys, if that's a part of what you have to do. And at each one of these, if whichever one you get pulled for, they're gonna pretty much tell you what you did wrong, how you can improve, and there's a part of the call, every call, that you maybe have to say, which is this call is being recorded, or you're this on a recorded line, or you may say that this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes when you're on the call with the client or customer. That part is actually more for you than the client, because it's actually being used to train you. So but yeah, so a lot of the times you'll be heavily micromanaged. Somebody else say, in my experience so far, it depends on the call center, their targets, whether they are attainable, how many staffs they have, and the manager you have. So it's a luck of the draw, pretty much. If you are in a place where you are a number rather than a person, work doing something, you're likely to be work doing something you're likely to be insulted at or shouted at regularly. There aren't enough staff to cover even the quiet periods without a queue, and your manager is more for the company than for you. Then it can suck your very soul. Okay, so every inch, every fiber of your being from your body, leaving a lifeless husk in its place, leading to depression and other mental illnesses too. Horrible. Don't do it. It only made me want to, okay, let's not put that on YouTube. Seriously, I can't imagine how possibly be that bad. But I believe did you work in Port Harcourt, inbound for 3 years, no time in between calls, extremely strict washroom time. I get it. It's extremely subjective, but I would never recommend it. But it was good though, which may be a positive for you. Oh, I forgot. I will. It really depends on the person and the environment. How much was the pay? For a third world country, it was extremely high. Basically, it was $1,000 plus performance bonuses each month. Plus, I was a top performer usually. I will get around $4,000 a month, combining salary bonus. All right. Somebody here wants to inquire. They did not get the part of it being stressed. All right. Don't. Once you're in, it's hard to get out. It's like a drug. It's some call centers that are that bad. People doubt you when you go for other jobs. You begin to lack empathy and emotion, and then you're just left empty. All right, customer service is an amazing job, and area to work in that gives me most satisfaction. Call centers and outsourcing companies especially kill it for me. All right, yeah. So what this person here is saying. All right, so there are different kinds of call center jobs. So I've said this in previous videos too on my main channel, but it's you have customer service, as they mentioned here. You have sales, you have hospitality, so that could be like making reservations for like hotels and inquiries and all that. You have people that do collections also. You have the tech support, you have the people that handle escalations also. So it just depends on which side you'd want to go on. Personally, I recommend sales. You see the guy here that spoke about the commission structure of where they were like earning a lot. Yeah, I typically recommend that side. All right, let me just show you something here from this book. So Jane, this is Jane's story. So this is chapter 2 of Introverted Selling, trying to fit in. So Jane's first few days, if you don't, this is more if you don't like fully grasp, this is what your first few days is gonna kind of be like. So Jane's first few days in the call center were a whirlwind of introductions, training sessions, and shadowing experienced sales reps. Despite the buzz of activity around her, Jane found herself retreating into a safe into safety of observation. She watched her colleagues, some loud, some animated, and all seemed overflowing with confidence, handle calls. Their enthusiasm seemed almost theatrical. Jane marveled at how easily they charmed the customers and turned objections into opportunities. I'll never be like them, she thought, half admiring and half dreading their future attempts to emulate the pressure to perform. So, on her first solo day, Jane felt the pressure to impress. She replayed her training advice in her mind. Smile when you talk, customers can hear it. Use upbeat energy to keep the caller engaged. Be assertive but friendly. Sitting behind her desk, Jane adjusted her headset and took a deep breath. The phone rang. She plastered a wide smile and answered it with what she hoped was an enthusiastic tone. Thank you for calling ClearPath Solutions. This is Jane speaking. Oh, sorry. Sure. Thank you for calling ClearPath Solutions. This is Jane speaking. How can I assist you today? The voice on the other end was calm and measured. Hi, I'm looking to update my service plan, but I had some issues with your company in the past. Can you help? Jane tried to match the caller's tone with upbeat reassurances, but her exaggerated energy felt off. The more she pushed, the more distant the customer seemed to grow. The call ended with a polite but lukewarm, "Thanks, I'll think about it." Jane sighed and made a note in the system. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible call, but something felt wrong. So yeah, so in addition to having to deal with the office politics and the rules and everything and the trainings, nitpicking at what you're doing wrong, yeah, so there's also the customer side you have to worry about too. So yeah. All right, so I guess that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Let me know your story down below if you've worked in the call center environment also, I guess.